Warning! The following video may contain flashing images. Viewer discretion is advised. Ahoy there folks, and welcome back to Put It to TSET, where we are taking a look at the All Elite Wrestling Series 3 Unrivalled collection. You know the deal. You know the score round here. I spent far too much money on things I shouldn't have done, including two figures that I said I probably wouldn't because I'm a bit of a action figure and a bit of a wrestling mark, so you know it was bound to happen. Let's be honest. So yeah, this is Series 3 of All Elite Wrestling. First off, major gripe is the fact that they have already doubled down on figures. So we've got the Elites, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson over here. Yes, I get that they're popular. I get that they were the tag team of the time at one point, and you know, let's be fair, you know, they're still damn hot. But did we really need another set of Young Bucks? I mean, I've already got Young Bucks, but we'll get on to that. The good thing of this is that we have ourselves Bastard Pac, we have ourselves Riho, we have freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, and the amazing Darby Allin. So all in all, we've actually got quite a good little range of figures here. So yeah, although my little niggle about them repeating characters already, we still got a fresh, brand new batch of really, really top talent action figures here. So, well, Pac is number 19. He's the first in Series 3. So let's have a quick look at him in the box here. Just to have a quick peruse of the box. They're all pretty standard, all pretty basic. Fairly standard packaging. You've got your shiny gold AEW, the Elites. Got your picture there. You got your Unrivalled, ages 8 and up. These are meant to be for the adult collector rather than actual play, but at the same time, they're still fairly solid figures as far as I'm concerned. You've got yourself your action shot. This one being from All Out, which is that's when Pac beat Omega, I want to say. So yeah, that was probably his biggest win to date in AEW. And then you've got the selection here, and it's asking you to watch AEW Dynamite, which in the UK is available on ITV completely free. I really urge you, because I'm loving All Elite Wrestling at the minute. On the bottom, ooh, hello, that's new, UKCA. Ooh, Jazwares, very nice, very nice. Safety tested. 0 to 3 sad onions. Yeah, no, okay, that's slightly different. That's new. I'm liking. But as you may already know from my channel, I don't like things in the box. They're toys. They're meant to be taken out and played with. Or, in this case, you know, posed and displayed. And shut up. Older people had train sets. This is my train set. Although I wish, you know, I probably should be training much like him to end up with those. Back in a mo. Okay, that's it. They're out of the box. They've completely dropped and plummeted in value, but I don't care, because this is how I like my things. Plus, to be perfectly honest, it takes up far much more space in those boxes. But that's me, mine and nibble, gribble, whatever. Flibble. For snibble bibble, for nibble bibble. So, let's roll ourselves back round to Pac, since he's numbered in the series as being the next in line. So, what did our friend the Bastard come with? So, for the first time in any of the series, we have ourselves a steel folding chair. This is actually a lot more intricately designed than any of the steel folding chairs that have come with any of the professional wrestling figures that I've ever owned. It's got a nice little, almost like a spanner wrench looking mechanism there. It's getting a bit closer. I should have put my ring light on the camera, but I haven't, because I'm a bit of a donut. There you go. Nice angle there, you can see. So it's really sort of complex. And obviously that's to get around the fact that they're not copying directly from anyone else. What I will say, it is very nice thick plastic. It's not flimsy, it will not bend from what I can see there. Well, okay. The struts will, but this bit doesn't bend, which is quite nice. This has got a real... It's really thick plastic, and I'm really quite impressed with it. Considering you know, most of the time they just cheap out on these things. I'm quite impressed with that. And he also has a spare head, which, let's have a quick look at the old bastard himself up close. So let's have a quick butcher. So you can see there's a bit of, is that a bit of a paint wear on his, no, that's just his scowl and the light catching his moustache. So, could we focus on Pac? It doesn't look too much like Pac. It's got the ears nearly there, although if we remember rightly, Pac's ears are kind of about out here, and just giant freaking great big ears. But it's not a bad likeness of Pac. But I'm definitely far used to seeing him, and let's try and remove this one out, killing it. That was pretty good. That was better than the last time I tried to swap heads on these things. I hate swapping heads and hands, because it feels wrong to me. Take the figure apart, you're just going to break it, trying to put it back together. Oh god, this is... right, we're in. That's definitely how I'm more likely to see Pac. Although, to be perfectly honest, you kind of lose... He looks like he belongs out of a comic. He's like, designed specifically with no eyes underneath. But, yeah, no, that's more likely how you were going to see Pac. Let's check out the rest of him, though. He's got your usual Jazwares major points of articulation. You've got the thigh ball joint, you've got the thigh twist, you've got the 2-point knee joints, ball ankle joints. It's just, ball shoulder, twisting shoulder, double jointed elbow, full rotation wrist. You've got the torso, which moves around there. You've got the hip joint, which is completely ball socketed, and you've got the head, which you saw was a ball socket. So fantastic range of articulation, excellent for posing as per usual. Pac isn't much of a design, to be honest. It's black trunks, pretty basic, decent sculpting on the chest though. I don't know if that's new. It looks pretty standard to me, to be perfectly honest, from the Jazwares line. Hands are pretty basic, arms are basic. They've got a bit of colour on there to represent his armbands, which is probably better than trying to actually put them on as like an extra feature. That's, it looks better than if you try to stack a bit of plastic or a bit of rubber or a bit of fabric around it. Knee pads are loose, nice little design, nice little print on them. Boots, fairly generic kick pads. Pac is basically a fairly generic looking wrestler, but definitely not one that wrestles in a fairly generic way. I'm not massively impressed. I suppose the first head is quite a good likeness, whereas this one's, I don't know, it's missing something that I can't quite put my finger on. It's good, but I'm not 100% convinced this is... It's not the best that I think I could have imagined them doing. So, overall, good quality, but... something slightly squiffy about the head sculpt, which is what happens sometimes, unfortunately. Now, let us break into the first ever female of AEW's All Elite Wrestling, Unrivalled collection. This is Riho, the first ever AEW Women's World Champion. And as such, she does indeed come with the original AEW, I've got this the right way up, women's title design, the one that would look like a toy because it's so freaking small. We get that nice little detailing despite the small, it's tiny, it's intricate though. They've put effort into this, and yeah, it does look teeny tiny, and let me, in fact, bear with me, I'm going to, so this is the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. This is the women's title. You can see why people complained online that the women's title looked insignificant compared to it. I like the fact it's different design, but the fact it was tiny by comparison. Yeah, the women are small, but not that much smaller. So, the redesigned belt, I imagine, will get that at some point. The one that's now being held by Britt Baker and was awarded to Hikaru Shida. Spare hands for, we've got a nice punching fist here. We've got a wanking claw. We've got the open hand slaps here, or we can do clappy, clappy, clappy. Clappy, clappy, clap. Clap, clap, clap. So yeah, we've got nice little bits and pieces. I'm not going to faff about with her hands today, but let's have a quick look at Riho herself. Yeah, something went a bit wrong with this head sculpt, in my opinion. This may explain why she's a bit of a peg warmer going on there. Those cheeks are far too full, Jazwares. She's a skinny little thing, and you've just made her look like she's been stung by a bee. Oh no, my face is all swollen. Yeah, it's not quite the ticket there. It's not, no. I should pick a nose. Not the greatest of head sculpts, I have to say. I know you scanned her in, but my god, something went a bit wrong in the scaling there, and you might have to take a bit of artistic license in future. I appreciate what they were going for, but yeah. Hair sculpt is, it's a stiff. That's stiff rubber. That's stiff rubber on the hair, glued on. I can't see where the line is. I did see it a minute ago. I think there's a line across there. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. But yeah, it's not a bad sculpt. I mean, you can see at a distance it's Riho, and that's cool. It's not the worst thing in the world. It just looks slightly off. But you get this. It's really difficult to get a one-to-one creation in a smaller scale for these action figures. So let's move on from my little nitpick on that. We've got painted on. The tassels on her arm, which is quite nice. Again, with Pac, it's not going to fall off and lose anywhere. I don't know how this tassel's actually attached. I think it's glued on. It's really sort of difficult to see. Yeah, that's really good actually, because you can't see where the paint starts. No, that entire strap there is just glued onto her. So all the tassels from the strap is glued on. This is painted onto her. So, yeah, I'm not sure, isn't that? That's a really interesting sculpt design. I'm not looking down. I swear I'm not perving on a fucking action figure. Piss off. No, I'm looking, and it's like this is a completely different section. They've got the top torso with a shoulder and a collarbone, and then they've got her breasts and her top as a completely different section. It's what it looks like, anyway. That's an interesting sculpting choice there, Jazwares. I'm not sure. Lace design, of course, is all painted. Looks really nice, really intricate. The cuffs are all, flimsy rubber, much like the tassels. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I imagine this can tear quite easily. It's why I'm not going to faff about with the hands. I don't really want to tear this, because rubber's an arse when it does that. The little skirt, I can't see where it attaches to itself. That's really nice, actually. It's there. No? Maybe? I don't know. I don't really want to keep looking up her skirt, to be perfectly honest. That feels a bit rude. That's really well done. I mean, yeah, it's that kind of rubber that when it gets hot, it will stick and it will just ruin the figures, but it's not bad. It's got the nice bit of paint on it. It looks pretty good. Underneath, yes, you've got your bog standards, because we don't need to see that. Nice, yeah, completely printed knee pads. Very nice. So all this is brand new sculpts, because obviously they've never done a female in this line before. So this is all brand new, not reused, which is always a bonus. But here's the thing. How does it compare to other female action figures? So, the main one I've got that I think, if you want to see my comparisons to other All Elite other action figures from the history, I've basically said they're basically on par with Mattel as far as I'm concerned of the major lines. So I'm going to compare it with the one I had to hand, a grubby looking Ronda Rousey action figure. So, god damn it, did you really have to fucking take a dive, Bucks? Seriously, it's only Ronda frickin' Rousey, Guys, seriously, I know. Super kick party later. Chill. So, yeah, scale-wise, that looks about right. Rousey's going to be a little bit taller than Riho, because Riho is teeny tiny tidgy. Reasonable size, yeah. And in terms of sculpts, yeah, I'm willing to believe the Mattel ones are more accurate body-wise. The legs look chunkier, the shoulders look a bit narrower, and the waist looks about right. Whereas on Riho, she's quite wide. I don't know if she is wide IRL. She always reminds me of being quite petite, and I'm willing to wager that, yeah, there's a bit more of artistic license, I think, on the body sculpt with Riho than there is with the Mattel Rousey. But in terms of jointage, I think the double elbow joints a major step up. How are the hands have got full movement as well. Legs wise, I think there's more movement on Riho's leg. Yeah, the ball joint's got a bit more flexibility than the Mattel one. Double knee joint's the same. And have you got the ball socket joint? You have got the ball socket joint on the heel, whereas the Mattel only has the twisting ankle and the, L joints on the foot. So there are a few minor differences there, but still perfectly in scale, perfectly acceptable to combine the two. I think, Jazwares has created a line which will fit nice and neatly in with your, WWE Mattel line that you've already collected. Because let's face it, if you collect wrestling figures, it's incredibly unlikely this is going to be your first stop here. So, Riho, you take your championship, and we shall take a look at you later on. Very cute, actually. I like that pose. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. Right, now, next on, I'll get some hands out of the way. We have freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, who's looking a little bit, chilled out and relaxed because I didn't quite unwrap him. That's more than a bit grim. Okay, I understand why they bagged him. It's because these bastard fucking sunglasses are made of that material, that rubber, that looks good, plays well, but will just absolutely melt onto everything. So, yeah, these are neat, and unfortunately, where they've been stuck in the packaging for so long, they've really sort of deformed. So they don't... I've just launched them halfway across the room. No, I have them back. So, yeah, they're not quite how I would like them. Let's get... He looks a little bit better. He still looks a bit sort of under the eyes. Let's have a look at his face. He looks... This is probably a really, really good likeness of OC. Freshly squeezed, yeah, that's a really good likeness. I was worried about the bags under his eyes, but they're not too bad. That's a really nice likeness. I like the hair sculpt. I like the beard. You can see it's scruff and not actually a proper full-on beard. That's really well painted and really well sculpted. I'm really impressed with that. Have a quick look at his spare hands. He's got the wanking claw. He's got the the slap hand, and he's also got a... Oh, hello. What's the difference between this wanking claw and the other wanking claw? Aha, one left and one right. So, when he wants to do whatever, whenever, because that's his gimmick, He's from wherever, weighing, whatever. He's got his thumbs up in that one, which is nice, and he's got his flat hand to go in that jeans pocket. So let's see what's occurring with this, because this is a very intricate design of a figure. Oh god, is that... Oh, it's not attached, it's velcroed. Okay, so it's... Oh, I see how they've cheaped out on this. Ah, you little whatsits. Okay. So, is that attached? Okay, so now his t-shirt is attached to his jacket, so it's not two separate things. I'm disappointed in that. Let's have a quick look at this jacket. So, nice detailing. There's no stitching on that. That is, directly painted onto, cotton, basically. Nice little flap added to that. Nice detail. Collar, cuffs, lining, yeah, not bad. You've got his classic Orange Cassidy t-shirt, yeah, with the velcro to help it stick onto the cotton jacket. That's not a bad idea. I was hoping it was going to be a t-shirt and a denim jacket, but you can't have everything, let's be honest. God, look at this sculpt. I think this is a fresh sculpt as well, looking at it, I don't think any of the other figures in the AEW line were this skinny, so this is a fresh OC sculpt. I think maybe Darby Allin will probably have a similar sculpt, but what is going on with these fucking jeans, man? So, from what I can tell, he's got a basic trouser sort of underneath, and he's got these rubber jeans on top with the pockets in, so you can do his trademark hands in the pockets pose. Hang on, can we get it? Slide it in, yeah. There we go. So, yes, we'll get... You know what? Screw it. I like his thumbs up. I do like his thumbs up, but we are going to do the full Orange Cassidy hands in the pockets, because I tell you what, if you've never seen Orange Cassidy wrestle a match with his hands in his pockets, it's ridiculous the kind of junk that this guy can do with his hands in his frickin' pockets. This design loses points because it doesn't have his tassels that hold his denim jogging bottoms up, whatever the he's wearing. Yeah, otherwise, you know, knee joint, no excess knee pads. Where it's torn on the jeans, there's a little bit of a extra mould here to show that it's been torn. Trainers are, you can see the detail, he's not got the socks on. The sneakers are not overly detailed, but not too bad paint wise. They're pretty good. Got the laces and everything. Yeah, I'm very, very torn on this. It's an interesting way to go about it, producing an Orange Cassidy like this. It's tried to save money, yet tried to give you all the details and things you would absolutely want from an Orange Cassidy figure. I'm happy with it. I'm interested to see, because I know he's guaranteed another figure in a later series, so I'll be interested to see if they bother to go with the same design, whether they'll give him a basic flat jeans mould in basically pure plastic, and whether they're going to give him a proper full-on jacket and a t-shirt combo. But overall, this looks the business. So far, this is my favourite figure in this series. Not least because he's one of my favourite wrestlers at the minute, but no, genuinely, I'm quite impressed with what they've done here with good old Freshly Squeezed. Moving on, we have, you know, the man of the underground himself, Mr. Darby Allin. Oh, for crying out loud, of course. So, before we have a quick look at Darbs, let's take a look at the thing that will catch most people's eye, the skateboard. You know, it's got the Darby Allin skateboard, it's got the trucks. There's metal inside the axle there. This is not a finger skateboard. It's oh, that feels leathery. That feels rather leathery. So this isn't grip tape on it. I don't know if you can probably tell that. But this is quite leathery. I thought it was just going to be painted plastic. That's quite leathery. Ooh, that's a nice feel to it. So yeah, where some people you'd probably use finger skateboards, you probably could even, you know, just as easily. It's the same size from what I can tell. I can't do finger skateboarding, so you're not going to see me do any tricks. But yeah, it's 2 scale. It works wonderfully. It's the kind of figure you'd expect to have with, you know, Darby Allin, considering he's the skateboard underground guy. You know, it's neat. It's pretty solid. Gonna take a few whacks. It will snap if you put pressure on it, but what do you expect? It's a long bit of plastic. It's not designed for that kind of crap. Let's have a good look at this guy, because oh my goodness, yes, right. This face paint jobby. I like it. It's not too much. It's just enough. It's subtle enough, just like his real gear. And it's got the black under his chin and down his neck like he normally has. Got the haircut just right. And in his face, you know, he looks a lot older in this sculpt than he does in real life. But oh no, that's a good angle. That's a good angle. No, I'm really, really happy with this head sculpt and paintwork. That's really good. That they've done brilliantly there with themselves here. Before we have a look at the tattoos, let's take this jacket off. It's the rubber jacket, so the usual issue of pull the freaking hands out, because fucking hell. Come on. Ah, yeah, there we go. That's why, because he's got the plastic stuck on him to stop the rubber from ruining the figure. Come on. Oh. Darbs, seriously, come on, play the game here. So you got to remove the hand, remove the plastic, pop my hand back in. I'm not going to put his jacket on now that I've taken it off, because it's going to be an arse to put back on. Right, rim. So yes, jacket is protected with the plastic. Well, the jacket's protected, the figure's protected from this rubber, which again heats, sticks, leaves big nasty black marks on it. Well, that's an interesting sculpt on it. It does create some rather nice patterns on it. It's a nice sculpt with the scarf and the jacket as one, which is nice. Or the hoodie rather, not the scarf. Pretty bland, generic sort of spray paint design, but then I'm not too concerned. He changes stuff up so often. I'd rather have Okay, I dropped it. Something generic than something very specific. It feels more sort of universal then, which is quite good. Taking a look, yeah, he's using the Orange Cassidy body type as well, so we've got a couple of body types going in this line. This necklace is rubber again, so that's not too bad. I presume we'll pop the head off and get that off, because there's no linkage there. His tattoo, right, so let's see, because this is good. This is just purely printed on, not painted. Yeah, nothing's over till you're underground. Classic, classic, classic. I could have sworn he had more tattoos. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Relentless. Not too bad with those. Good design, good sculpts, good moulding. Hands. Oh, look, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. Drug free. CM Punk would be proud. Hi. Yes, can we get zoom? Focus. 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 Drug free. That makes me better than you. That's cool. So, his tights are a bit weird, right? IRL, he wears jean shorts and basically, tights and leggings underneath with, big chunky DMs. So what they've done here is they've actually extended the shorts down past the thigh. Can you stop focusing on the bloody Young Bucks? Thank you. They've extended them down past the twist in the thigh, which is really nice because it does actually go further down. The fact that they've painted them a lighter grey on top of the thing where they've worn out is nice, so you can see where it starts and stops. I have trouble seeing that on live TV, seeing where his shorts start and stop. Black leggings just basically mean it's a nice simple black leg, and the DMs, that's quite a nice boot sculpt. It's even got the little tag where you pull it up. That's a little rubbery but pretty stiff. I think you'd be alright with that. I don't foresee that having too many issues. I can't see that breaking off very easily anyway. And nice smooth yellow line paintwork on that DM is quite something. Okay, so OC, I'm sorry mate, but this Darby Allin figure is the business. Absolutely stellar. Absolutely stellar. Cannot rant and rave about this one enough. So, Darbs, thank you for coming. You're going to have pride of place somewhere, I'm sure. Finally, we move on to the bloody Young Bucks. So, okay. Before we start, can anyone basically look at these and go, why I'm going to be peeved? Let's start off with a quick comparison to the older ones. So, these are from Series 1. Right, so, in terms of everything, we've got brand new head sculpts, which is great. That's perfect. You may notice they've actually got a different skin tone. I remember mentioning about the skin tones being slightly off on the arms of these. Turns out, yeah, they're not happy with the skin tone. So they're actually re-releasing Series 1 with slightly more tan skin tones. So look out for 1B. If you missed out and you didn't get Brandy Rhodes like I didn't, there may still be hope when they re-release them. But yeah, so they got... I think the tan's definitely working for Nick. I'm not sure the tan's working for Matt, but we'll get to that in a moment. They've got brand new leg sculpts. I say brand new leg sculpts, they probably just nicked it from the other ones. But yeah, these are completely different figures. And I suppose this outfit's more in keeping with them, and these white ones are more very much Vegas one-off specials. So I can see why you'd be reluctant to stick with just these. On first glance, which ones would I rather have? You know what? I think Series 1 are cool, but I will say these ones of Series 4 are definitely the more normal-looking Young Bucks. So, let's jump in. Let's have a quick look at Matt. So, how are we getting this ruddy jacket off? I dread to think. Okay. So, it's got little connectors there. Oh, God, I'm not taking it off. Blow it. I'm not going to, because it's just going to be an arse and arse. It's nothing unusual underneath. It's your basic body sculpt. So we won't worry too much about that. Nothing much to see under there. So my big gripe here with Matt. What the fuck happened with the paintwork here? I get that his eyes kind of closed doing the thing, but it looks like a black fucking eye. Like, really? Really? We're doing the black eye gimmick? Anyway, the rest of the head sculpt's really quite good. The hair, the mutton chops, the facial expression, that's really quite good. It's just the paintwork around his eye, it just throws me right off. It's like, really? What? The jacket, the rubberized jacket, the lovely, lovely paintwork. You've got the printed Elite logo, the frills, the tassels. It's hardly surprising, being as, these guys are top of the business, that they're going to have top of the line action figures. Leg sculpt is basically normal, but they've got nice printing on the Elite and very nice bright bold colours added to it. And now, rather than having moulded tassels, they actually have fabric tassels around their boots, which are just, basic tights and basic boot bottoms. But the fabric is just a nice touch. It really is. Nicolas is basically the same figure. Exactly the same figure. Slightly different hand molds, because why not? Are the jackets exactly the same? The jackets are precisely exactly the same. So the only real difference between Matt and Nick is, of course, the face sculpt. So let's jump in on that. Oh, he does look a bit weird. Ugh. I'm coming to give you bedtime snacks. Jesus Christ, he's never looked so fucking creepy. Headband that's moulded on. That's part of the sculpt. Nice print work on it. Ponytail is just glued on. Isn't that? Yeah, it's... Oh no, it's part of the actual sculpt. That's not glued on, but it will come off extended play and extended wear. Sideburns look good. It's a decent likeness. It falls into that category of, yeah, you can see they're the Young Bucks, but there's something not quite the business about the faces. Same thing with Rhea. It's quite difficult to get these to look exactly as they should in such a small scale. But that said, yeah, I would probably prefer these Young Bucks over Series 1 Young Bucks personally. So yeah, that was the All Elite Wrestling Unrivaled Collection Series 3, now added to my almost complete Unrivaled collection here. So you can see a change in things, you can see how skin tones have improved over time, you can see how they've introduced new characters with new sculpts, they've introduced their first female wrestler into the line, and overall, I can just see All Elite Wrestling going from strength to strength to strength, not just in the action figure lines, but with the t-shirts, the fact they're getting involved with LGBTQ plus charities, the fact they're getting in touch with all these different charities, and they're so considerate of their fans. This is how a modern company should be run. Yes, it's taking money off me and putting it in pockets, but you know what? I'd rather these guys all got a cut of what I'm paying than, well, most other corporations, let's be perfectly frank. I love these. I'm going to absolutely go broke when they release more lines. Honestly, seriously, they are great. For the price they are, £20, you're looking at Mattel Elite Collection on par, if not better, with just a fantastic array of really, really genuinely decent, hard-working, and absolutely deserving people. That's not just the wrestlers in the ring, but that's the fact that they acknowledge everyone behind the desks, behind the office. Just seriously, I'm a huge AEW mark through and through. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and we will be back, I guarantee you, with Series 4. Hopefully next time we step back between the ropes. But until then, stay safe, don't try any of the wrestling crap at home, that's for these guys to do. And yeah, happy Pride Month, everybody! Yeah!